If you're like us and you have a bunch of cucumbers, but you don't actually want to wait the full weeks and weeks that it's going to take them to turn into pickles, then you're going to love this 24-hour quick and easy pickle recipe. We love it at our home. So we're going to walk through how to actually make these cucumbers turn into pickles pretty quickly. Let's get started. To kick things off, we're going to start with the brine. So to get this started, you're going to go ahead and grab a nice skillet. This isn't too large of a recipe. It's actually just going to fill 2 1-quart jars. So a pretty good size, but not an enormous amount of pickles. You can always half this or double it or triple it depending on how many cucumbers you have. So we're going to go ahead and get the saucepan going. So I'm going to turn that on to a heat. And now what I'm going to do is add our white vinegar. So we're going to do 1 1/4 cup of white vinegar. So I'm going to add this to the skillet. To the hot skillet, we're going to add 3 tablespoons of salt. Today we're just using sea salt because that's honestly all that we had, but you can also use kosher salt as well. So I'm going to go ahead and add this to the skillet. And then I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of sugar. Once we've added this to the skillet, then we're just going to cook this down until the salt and sugar dissolve. And then we're going to add this into a separate bowl and add in our cold water. I can see over here that in my brine mixture, the salt and sugar have fully dissolved. So I'm going to go ahead, turn off the oven, and I'm going to pour it into our cold water mixture. Then you're going to go ahead and mix this together, and we're going to stick this in the refrigerator while we prepare the rest of our ingredients. Now we're going to go ahead and get to the actual cucumber part of our recipe. So you're going to grab your cucumbers, and what we're going to do is we're going to cut off the tops and bottoms of these, and then you can either cut them in half or quarters. And we're going to fill them up into these 2-quart-size mason jars. Now that we've gone ahead and filled our mason jars with the cucumbers, we're going to start to add some of the fun ingredients. So that's actually going to entail us walking out to our garden and grabbing some sprigs of dill. Now, if you are not growing dill in your garden, but you are growing cucumbers, I don't know what you're doing. You definitely want to add dill to your garden. It's also a great combo plant to plant with your cucumbers because it is going to fight away some of the bugs that do come after your plants. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the garden and grab some dill now. Okay, we are back in the kitchen, and I've gone ahead and just cut off the ends of my dill. So I'm going to go ahead and just break this basically in half, and I'm going to stuff it into the top of my jar. So you're going to go ahead, put that in the top of each jar here. And like I said, you're going to use about 16 sprigs, so about 7 to 8 sprigs per jar or whatever you like. And this is where the fun part starts to happen. So this is where you can add in or take out any flavors that you like or dislike. So the next one that we're going to add is garlic cloves. So I'm going to do around 2 to 3 garlic cloves in each jar. I'm going to just pop those in. So put those in each one of our jars. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a sprinkle of some red pepper flakes. This gives it a nice little zing. So I'm just going to do just a few shakes depending on how hot you want yours or not. Put that in. Then I'm going to add some yellow mustard seed. For this, I'm going to do about a ½ teaspoon in each. And that's it. Now, if you want to get it hotter, what you can do is you can add some hot peppers into it as well, or anything else. Because this is going to be a faster recipe, it definitely might not take in as much of that spice as if you were actually doing this for a longer time. Like I said, I'm gonna also I have some sliced pickles here. I'm just gonna add these on the top because I have some additional rim in here. So I'm just gonna stick those in, and this is really great for sandwiches. Really love that. And it just uses up a little extra room in your jar. And then we're gonna grab our brine that's been sitting in the fridge, and we're going to go ahead and pour it over our jars. When you're doing this, you want to get as close as you can to the top, and then you're going to go ahead and put your lid on. Now that we have our pickles, we're gonna go ahead and stick these in the fridge for 24 hours, and then tomorrow we can go ahead and enjoy them. What's really nice is I actually have a batch of pickles that I made last week. We had so many cucumbers that were in our garden that we just keep making pickles. What's really great about these is you can start to enjoy them right away, and they actually are gonna last for around 1 month in your refrigerator. And again, you can add or take out any ingredients if you don't like a taste that's in them. But they're so good, so fresh, and they taste like they've been pickled in your cabinet for weeks, but without that timeline. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Definitely comment down below and share a picture on Instagram, tag us, and let us know how you like your pickles. Thank you, and have a good one.